Hey, it's your buddy Peace and Harmony with you here today. Zooming in on a real life experience, an interaction with a narcissist. As I was out and about yesterday, I had inadvertently gotten stung by a bumblebee. So the bumblebees are out and I had gotten stung on the hiney, not as in the beer, but I had gotten stung. The bee had essentially flown up my dress and stung me, which was to my surprise. So I did scream and kind of run, as anyone who is stung by a bee would. And there was a couple who was in the vicinity and kind of chuckled at me. And nice gentleman and woman, I would say perhaps in their early 60s. And the gentleman had said, "Oh, you had stung by a bee, you know." And I said, "Yeah," and I was kind of grabbing myself and I kind of pulled my dress together so I wouldn't attract any further bees. And he said, "Well, be careful because it's going to swell up and you want to be symmetrical, so maybe you should have another bee sting you on the other side of your rear end so you'll have two bee stings." And I was kind of looking at him like, "What?" He said, "Yeah, because you want it symmetrical. Otherwise, it will be out of balance." And then the woman next to him was kind of looking at him kind of crazily, and she said, "Well, are you okay? Are you allergic?" And I said, "No, I'm not allergic. I'm fine. Thank you, though." And they happened to overhear me recording a video, and they said, "You know, you sound very intelligent, and this is actually a sign for us because I'm wondering if you can discuss our relationship with us briefly here." And I said, "I'd be happy to." They said, "We overheard you were discussing some of the dynamics of relationships and you brought up the term narcissist and those people who are extremely self-oriented." And the gal with like shoulder length hair had said, "You know, I have been dating this gentleman for about 9 months and we have broken up 3 times, and all the times we have broken up it's because he has been so selfish. It's me, 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 me." And the other gentleman was like going, yeah, and he said, "I really just perceive myself to be more of a leader." And you know, I had then inquired, I said, "Well, you know, the narcissist is, you know, highly self-interested." I said, "You know, but one thing, you know, to really know if you're a narcissist is if you are really lacking empathy." And he said to the gal, "Well, honey, you know, I was crying at church. You know, I must have empathy. I do have feelings." And she was kind of looking at him. Well, long story short, he did try to recruit me to his church, at which I politely declined. And, you know, furthermore, in the conversation, he had said that he had pointed to this girl who he's been dating for 9 or so months, and these are intelligent people here, folks, and he had essentially said, "You know, and maybe what you need is a bee sting, one on each breast, and so that they can both swell up." And he was pointing at this woman who is in her 60s, who's deserving of respect. You know, this comment was really out of place, out of context, very objectifying, and really insulting to basically point to this woman and point to her chest and say that she should have a bee sting, one on each breast, so that they would swell up. So there is a very good example for you on exactly what a narcissist would do. They do not really, they're not really there to ask you how you're doing, are you okay? They're there just more to make a joke or some sort of off-the-cuff, sarcastic question or statement, and then essentially then belittle this poor woman who she had said she had broken up with 3 times in the course of 9 months because it was all about him. She felt like something was missing, something was off. Well, there you go. I mean, who would want a partner that would just essentially insult you in front of a person who you had never met and point at your chest and say you need a bee sting here? And so, you know, here's a gentleman who quote-unquote perceives himself as a leader, when in essence, look at the nature of this comment and this dynamic. I think that will give you an answer and a very good explanation. And I hope you see the relevance of this real life example that had occurred. Whereas this woman was like, are you okay? Are you allergic? Move your belongings, so you don't get further stung. Here's the man just basically, making an insidious sexual womanizing comment. So I hope that helps clear the air. If you can relate to that, there you go. Your narcissist dynamic, readily available. And it was funny because she had said that she felt that he was a narcissist, and she said that this was like God sending her a message. And I said, there is your validation. Very interesting, very strange indeed though. Peace and harmony with you here today. I hope these videos help. Please share and please subscribe for more great tools, videos, discussion, and support.